aynı grup.
Yalancı diğer.
Because they know what really good. No, I didn't go first because we're good.
I know, yeah, that's fine. No, it's that was like, those other people were like,
They're coming in at both ends.
Are they? Yeah. Wonderful.
So we don't know which way they're coming.
I don't even have a clue.
If you see him, let me know.
of the class of 1998. On behalf of the school board, the students, our wonderful faculty and administration, we welcome you. And this is a day about kids. And we will not have any speakers but students, and I think they'll speak the message of the youth. I'd like to introduce Senior Class Vice President Jacob Pucklow. Jacob.
Good afternoon. As Vice President of Class of 98, I'd like to welcome all of you to our commencement ceremony. I'd like to welcome our parents and teachers without whom most of us would not be here. I'd like to welcome our friends and our family members who have supported us through our tough times and laughed at us through our fun times. Over the past 4 years, unbreakable bonds have been formed and memories have been made that we will treasure for the rest of our lives. The Class of 98 would like to thank you for joining us as we close one door on a chapter of our lives and open another chapter that is just beginning. Would everybody please rise as Ken Holmes, Kevin Peters, who are both juniors, Jacob Tabita, and Charles Copland sing the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the class president, De'Ara Fitzgerald.
Good afternoon, guests, distinguished alumni, I'm so nervous, administration and graduates. It is truly an honor to speak this afternoon. There are many things that we have to do over the courses of our lives that are very, very difficult. Writing this speech was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my whole life. Some of the kids sitting behind me were in my kindergarten class, and now I have to use the same words to express the joy, the sorrow, and the pride that I feel. This is a very joyous occasion, for our walk across the stage today is symbolic of the journey that we will all face as we enter into adulthood. I feel sorrow because for 13 years, these students have shaped and molded me into the person that I am. And now I have to say goodbye. Above all, though, I feel pride. I'm proud to be a member of a class with so much to give to the world. In this graduating class, there are more teachers, lawyers, doctors, and millionaires than the world is ready to handle, and it'll be really, really difficult to say goodbye. As we grow and mature, sometimes the things that make us feel bad as young children turn out to be the things that bring us the most joy as we learn to appreciate them. I couldn't make leave without mentioning how hard it was for me to attend this school for all these years. I used to think that because I was different, or because of my differences, they were the source of the unhappiness that I used to feel. Maybe because I didn't look like everyone else, or talk a certain way, or live near everyone, I thought it meant that it would be harder to make friends. I blame my parents for sending me all the way to Whitnell from Milwaukee. And I blame the kids for not making it easier for me. I learned a few lessons from this experience, but only after I looked around and realized that there were a lot more people that loved and respected me than I even realized. I also learned that it was my individuality that made me special. And I learned that no one was to blame for my unhappiness but me. One of the students in my class put it best when they said, whether or not we realize it, we shaped each other and we all made each other who we are today. We've been around each other every day for 13 years, all day. So how could we not have taken some of the traits from each other? Even if in your future you have a bad experience with someone, the lesson to be learned is that they still have an impact on your life, and you must take from that experience what you need to make yourself a better person. In closing, there are many things that we do in our lives that are difficult, especially in high school. The point is that we must do them, and we must do them well. There is a lesson to be learned from every experience in life. Let Whitnell be the place where we all learn to be individuals, respect ourselves and each other, and be proud of this great accomplishment. And to the graduates, I want to personally congratulate every one of you because although the journey was more difficult for some than others, we all did it and we did it well. Thank you.
In tennis and gym last year, so but she said it was an accident, but I don't believe her. All right. Next year she'll be attending Carroll College, and she's one of only 20 freshmen to be accepted in the physical therapy program. And I just wanted to say second place isn't that bad. So with a salutatorian speech, here is Laura Schultz.
Fellow graduates, distinguished guests, administrators, school board members, teachers, family, and friends, I am so honored to be addressing you as the salutatorian of the class of 1998. For the last 13 years, most of us have been together in our quest for knowledge in the Whitnall school systems. As I stand before the 200-plus students who have been such a large part of my life for most of my youth, I'm struck by the thought that I am looking at very many faces of people I don't even know. We have been a wonderfully diverse group of students, each pursuing our interests in many ways while still being part of our own small school community. I have been a quiet student, focusing mainly on classes in the sciences and math. I was not a cheerleader or a state champion runner. I didn't have the opportunity to enjoy art classes or tech ed classes. And as hard as I tried, I just couldn't get a seat on the Student Senate. I'm sorry about these things only because these are the places I would have met more of you. Although my shyness was often misunderstood, I really enjoyed knowing and sharing my life with all of you. I hope those that I have touched up until this point in my life will remember me as a kind and caring person. Mother Teresa once said, "We are not capable of accomplishing great things. We can only accomplish little things with great love." I believe that if you wish to leave this world better off than when you found it, you must care about others. I am reminded of an anecdote taken from a commencement address by Ben Cohen, founder of Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream at Vassar in 1993. There is an ancient Eastern story of a man who was granted permission to see both heaven and hell while he was still alive. He decides to see hell first. He goes down with an angel, and they open up a massive door and look inside. It is a beautiful banquet hall, and down the middle is a long table with people seated on either side. Every imaginable delicacy in bowls and platters is placed before them. He is puzzled to see that the people there are wailing and crying in a great misery. He looks a little closer and sees that the handles on their eating utensils are so long that it is impossible for them to get the food into their mouths. Depressed and with a heavy heart, he asks to go see heaven. When they arrive, they again find themselves before a massive door. They open it up, look in, and see the same scene. A huge banquet hall, table down the middle, people seated on both sides. The table is laden with every imaginable delicacy. He also notices that the handles on the utensils are also really, really long. But these people are laughing and singing and rejoicing. He looks closer and sees that the people in heaven, instead of trying to feed only themselves, were feeding each other. The true measure of your success will be how you achieve your goals while caring for others and setting the example for the next generation to emulate. While our desire to graduate has been achieved, new objectives must be established and work commenced to achieve them. This cycle will be repeated again and again in our lives because the true challenge of life is to achieve one's goals and to move on to new ones. If we are to be future leaders of this country, we must lead not only through words but through action. It is critical that we continually reassess our lives, determine where we want to go, and set goals we wish to achieve. But remember, achieving your goals is not your destination, just part of your journey. The world expects so much of us. We will be expected to be the best students, businessmen, financial wizards, homemakers, parents, community members, environmentalists, and fitness gurus. At the same time, we should display confidence, gentleness, efficiency, and organization. Don't be afraid of taking risks or being criticized, and don't be afraid of failing. It's the way we learn to do things right. Take pride and care in your work. Take the initiative in creating your own opportunity, and don't wait for people to discover you or to do you a favor. Don't assume a door is closed. Push it open, and if it was closed yesterday, don't assume that it is closed today. Never believe that you can't make a difference, and never give up no matter how hard it gets. As Harriet Beecher Stowe said, when you get in a tight place and everything goes against you, till it seems as though you cannot hang on for another minute, Never give up then, for that is just the place and the time the tide will turn. Use the skills you've been learning these past years. Go forth with confidence, kindness, and a never-ending curiosity for the world around you. However, tread carefully, for this is the world we'll be leaving our children and our children's children. And with youth in mind, I leave you with a short poem from the beloved Dr. Seuss entitled My Uncle Terwilliger on the Art of Eating Popovers. My uncle ordered popovers from the restaurant's bill of fare, and when they were served, he regarded them with a penetrating stare. Then he spoke great words of wisdom as he sat there on that chair. To eat these things, said my uncle, you must exercise great care. You may swallow down what's solid, but you must spit out the air. And as you partake of the world's bill of fare, that's darn good advice to follow. Do a lot of spitting out the hot air, and be careful what you swallow. Until this point, our parents and teachers have taken care to feed us the best of knowledge and advice. They made us who we are, and they deserve as much recognition and praise today as we do. Though we thank and love our parents so much, many of us won't be home next year to seek their advice. We must take care to set our own priorities, to make our own decisions, and to keep life in perspective. While this is your moment to be recognized for all that you have accomplished during your years of study thus far, this is only the beginning. Whatever you choose to do, strive to do it the best you can while caring for others, and above all, never forget that the true goal in life is happiness. I bid each of you the best of luck as you move on to new horizons. Thank you.
One of the most respected people and most likely to exceed in our class by her peers and friends. I know she'll do great at Marquette next year, and as she goes on to become a biomedical engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, valedictorian Beth Kulwicki.
Welcome, family, faculty, administrators, school board members, and friends of the 1998 graduation class of Whitnall High School. When I reflected on our past 4 years, I tried to think of some things that characterized our time here at Whitnall. The first thing I thought of was our class spirit. Freshman year, when it was time for us to build our first homecoming float, so many people came to help that we had a hard time finding jobs for everyone. Sophomore year, the Battle of the Bands and the talent show drew many participants from our class. And each year, more and more students got on stage to show off talents that we never knew they had. When we started to play key roles on varsity sports teams, we all went out and supported each other. There wasn't one football or basketball game without a crowd of cheering members of the class of '98. During our junior year, we had one of the biggest and best proms that Whitnall has ever seen, thanks to everyone's hard work in planning everything to the last detail. And senior year, we came together once more at the pep rally. After all the other students had filed into the gym, we marched in together, wearing our class of '98 t-shirts and chanting, we are the mighty seniors. We weren't the only ones who had a lot of spirit. Our parents did as well. This is something else that characterized our class, our parents' involvement. Whenever we had to organize something, a parent was always there to remind us of all the things we were forgetting. The best part about this was that we didn't have to go out and find parents to help. Rather, they came to us and volunteered. I speak for all of us when I say that we couldn't have done it without you. The other group of people who helped characterize our time at Whitnall is the teachers and administrators. When I thought about this group, I came upon another theme, change. What other school could have a question on their senior survey about choosing the favorite of all the principals they've had? In our 4 years, we've had 3 different principals and 4 different assistant principals. With each new administrator came different policies, but we had to adapt. Each year, we maintained a good relationship with the administration and tried our best to make whatever adjustments necessary to continue our success as a class. More recently, we also found out how quickly things can change. A number of our teachers and staff members were hit hard with medical difficulties. Each new problem gave us a sharp dose of reality that, as high schoolers, many of us were probably not ready for. But by the same token, these problems help put things into perspective. 10 years from now, we won't remember the grades we earned in math class or how many points we scored in a season. It won't matter what kind of car we drove or what brand of shoe we wore. What we will remember is the friends we made and the chances we took. We'll remember conquering our fears and succeeding at things that we never thought possible. Now we've reached the infamous fork in the road. We're each choosing our own path. But even though we're leaving high school, we shouldn't leave behind those things that made us happy during our 4 years. Everyone probably has different memories of good times, whether they were on the playing field, in the classroom, at a friend's house, or around the kitchen table. But the one thing we all have in common is that we can continue making new memories in the future. And now to our parents, who are probably thinking about some of the same memories and experiencing a lot of the same emotions that we are right now. After all, you've been with us every step of the way. 4 years ago, you couldn't believe we were actually entering high school, and you wondered if we could handle it. You cringed the day we came home with our temps and anxiously asked where the keys were. You watched proudly as we competed in our Whitnall uniforms. Before we left for prom, you straightened your son's jacket and fixed your daughter's hair. And you all gave us a speech about how we had to drive carefully, wear our seatbelts, and stay out of trouble. We rolled our eyes because it's the same speech we've heard many different times before. But we understood why you had to say it again. You're our parents, it's your job, and you love us. Just a few weeks ago, you sighed when we brought home our graduation caps and gowns, and you wondered once again where the time had gone. And the whole time we were in high school, you took every possible opportunity to brag about how wonderful we were to anyone who would listen. Today, we hug our friends and family and toss our caps as high as we can because, believe it or not, we finally made it. Congratulations, class of '98, and congratulations to the parents, too. In more ways than one, this is your graduation day as well. Thank you.
Marcel Parr. Nicole L. Pedersen. Jacob D. Peplow. Emily Pergandi. Jennifer E. Phillips. Angela M. Podeswa.
Make sure you save room on that. Don't
Yeah, I will.
Ryan Cheek Williams Ridley.
Hey, but where's she? She's already through. I think she's going back there. She's going to sit.
Stand up because I can't see.
Romero Deshaun Wilson. Elizabeth M. Zizzo. Amanda Lynn Zoltak.
What a beautiful group on a beautiful day. I'd like all the graduates of the class of 1998 to please stand. It is now time to move your tassel from the left to the right. There they are, your graduates. Congratulations. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you.
we're at the airport. We got 3 rolls of it.
Yeah. This is our first day in London.
It's not going
And don't we look lovely?
We've been riding the subway for how many hours?
Hours and hours.
And
My glasses are so now fogged.
we were so lucky.
2 or 3 hours?
We were so lucky because we got packed into this cab.
Actually, this is amazing that we all fit in here.
With our luggage. I'm not sitting on anything. You realize
You're not wanting to with that.
You don't have to sit. Just hang on to that. That's what I'm doing.
Here we are in our room in London. What's the name of the hotel, Ma? Oh, that was the door.
Great Western or? I don't know. Our hotel wasn't open, so they put us here.
And here is the closet. I bet you guys want to see that. Here we go here. Get a window.
So in the bathroom, we got locked in.
Mom wants to tell everybody I got locked in the bathroom. I didn't get locked, the door just didn't open. That was scary. But the cool thing about it is the view. See, there's the post office, which Mom thought was the Royal Mall. Look, there's a Burger King and a Garfunkel, and then people watching me. Oh, gotta go. Ma, you wanna say hi? We're at Liverpool Station. I just came off the tube. We're like in a mall.
Go downstairs and underground.
Okay, so we'll cancel something if our flight if the train takes 45 minutes. It'll take us 2 hours to get lost by car.
If we get lost, it's trouble. But that's
We're talking longer than train, that's for sure.
But we need to know is how.
Okay, I have a 50.
This is us trying to figure out how to use the
Maybe
phone.
I don't have a 50. I have a 50 pence. So do I. I have a 50 pence.
Alright, so let's get them together.
I have pounds.
Yeah, but you don't want it, but it says here to try not to use a pound because you don't get change back.
Okay, so here's a 50.
This one's for Nikki McDonald. I'm getting a McDonald's for Nikki.
So we were standing down in front, and they're about this high, but there's a hand railing above there. So I had to go like this and pull my to sit. I was gonna stand up like that on the end of the I'll tell you what, Walter's didn't get up there any easier than me. Of course, he's older.
Ugh. This is St. Paul's Cathedral. What is this?
We're in the burial grounds.
What? Don't mind my walking and the shaking camera. I'm gonna go over to this gate and then get another picture. Oh, I got somewhat. Jones. Which way is it coming from? This way. This is taken after Mom's wallet got stolen. Mom, what do you have to say for the man who stole your wallet?
I don't know who he was. Okay, just tell them where we are.
No.
Where are we? We're in Greenwich. My little one who said I was funny.
Oh, I can.
She's been moving around a lot. She's
Who what?
they're wonderful. That little one whose ears pop. I just couldn't. Oh man. I'm sure you do. I think I don't know.
Okay, we climbed up here and I'm about to die. He says Jessica.
This is the center, yes, this is the center of transit, blah, 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 longitude 0, the base of the International Time Zone. They voted to accept the formula of the universal day, which is to begin for all the world at the moment of mean midnight of the initial meridian. Cool.
That's wicked.
Wow.
And I just wondered if it's still.
There it is.
And
Must
so it's
still be big.
It was like a real old men.
Wait.
All the
I
men
think
were
my thing's
waiters.
just,
Oh, really?
it's stuck. Oops, wrong way in my window button. Okay, it's not real scenic yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, stay on the left. That's all you gotta worry about.
Yeah.
Get me out to the country,
Follow the
please.
truck, maybe.
Road work.
Should we try getting there, or? Oh, but maybe we're on the one way.
I think it's a good thing I had that latte. Be half asleep at the wheel here. Don't go in front of me, sir, because I'm new at this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, because I don't know where the brake pedal is.
We're not sure if we can stop. We can hardly go.
Right. Pork and bacon. Oh my God.
Pedestrians, yeah. Fools.
You just don't know. See, that's why you should be stopping at every tavern and having another.
That's why they have to. Oh, dear.
Every block.
It's okay, we'll just.
There's nobody coming,
Nobody's
right?
coming.
There's nobody coming.
Well,
Nobody coming.
oh, there's a white car, but no.
Not a problem.
What's the flashing light mean?
It's a crosswalk. Remind me
Oh.
of that. If somebody goes into the street,
Somebody watch
I have
for
to
people.
Stop. I expected those people in London to stop for me, so I should stop for them.
You can't even, like, the road to the front of the end.
Yeah, it does. No, what is this? Keating's Bakeries. That's what we need. Some bread.
Yeah. Where we're going, we're not going to see, I don't think, Burger King if we don't.
No. So we need to know where the local bakery is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look at that big Land Cruiser. There's this car around.
If I'm clever here, I can get our first car wreck on tape.
Yeah, you might.
I don't know. Don't look
What's
at
that
any.
big moves there? Look at this. Do you see up on the hill on the
Yeah.
left?
What is that?
Statue. Oh, is there an elk or something?
It's don't look any greener than Wisconsin.
Oh, we've got about 5 big old trucks coming down the hill. That one looked like he was in our lane.
guy doesn't think he's slow.
Hello.
You're slow.
Look at this.
Dork.
I suppose, I don't know what they think. He's gonna try to pick a Maxima or something? Nissan?
No, I don't think it's a. I don't know that it's as big as a Maxima.
What else do they make? Nissan.
Altima.
It's bigger than a Sentra. Maybe it's like an Altima. That's true. Or maybe there is no.
Interesting, this is a main highway. On the map.
It's the best that they have. Speed limit 30. Here's a restaurant, Murphy's Irish Stop Restaurant.
Church over here.
People should park strange.
Nope, they're stuck. What's this person? What's this person? Wait. Oh, traffic. Okay. Limerick, Tralee. That's roof. Whoa, baby. Look at that. Look at all this stuff. Oh my God. Here's where we should have had lunch. Who would have thought that this was here? Look at these. Now, if you guys want to stop to go to a shop or anything, let me know.
I know,
Look
I
at
shot
this.
it already.
Do we need
Oh,
to
this
stop
is a
here?
real
Look at
tourist
that.
town.
This is a tourist town. Trinitarian Abbey. Look at this guy with his...
place for a stoplight, don't you think?
Right in the middle of
This is a more orderly
There's
town.
lots of bars. Check
What?
this out. That was interesting.
Well, she had hurry.
I guess. And this person's just waiting for a spot. Now I continue. Wait.
You're gonna
23 straight.
Now how come it says N22? Okay, 22,
You're gonna
23.
do the 23.
Okay, and I just do my thing.
You
Nobody's
will,
going.
yeah.
I go stay 23. Is that correct?
23.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Right here. Got it.
This is where we split up.
Okay.
Straight, so that's right. Finally, we did go straight.
Yeah.
Of course, our lane's not full of parked cars, but hey.
Of course, we
What are you gonna do? This guy's like zooming. I mean, they just don't even slow down.
Well, you're judging good though, Kathy.
I'm just glad that I haven't like.
The rearview
ripped
mirror's
off that
still on.
mirror. Oh, excuse me.
It's still there.
Yeah, I like these people that have their little sunrooms. Go slow. These people are all in too much of a hurry. Go ahead. Okay, now I guess we just need to find a place. I think I saw some lamb's wool on that side. Again. What we should do is just find a
Phone booth and call.
Read these signs as we go. But I don't think she's in town.
I don't.
She's 3.
What does this say?
She had 5 puppies. One gave to my auntie already.
Right? Yeah, you have 4 puppies right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
But she hasn't taken it yet. We shouldn't be taking it when the tractors are coming up. Let me see.
Pull him back again.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
What are you doing? Look at my phone. I'm an idiot. What are you? I don't understand what you're saying. Do you hear me? What you in the hole do for? I can't understand what you're saying. What are you?
Whoa, Marky. Salem, careful.
Crazy man. Don't.
Ooh!
Stay here.
I'm right there.
Put it up on your table.
Hi. Hi.
You see me in there too? You see me in? You see me
Yes,
in
Salem.
Mommy, I want to watch a movie of my own. Okay?
Becky.
Five. It's like chicken teriyaki. It's good. I like that. ways. I think this meal is just showing me that there's more options than broccoli and chicken. And that makes it a lot easier to commit to healthy eating.
Thank you, Summer.
Thanks, Summer.
Thank you, Summer.
I just can't believe you got to box you up or something. Okay.
Now I can hide in the closet.
You hide in the closet. You gotta hide in the closet. Because you can't leave me. You can't leave me, baby. You just can't leave me.
Dinner is wonderful. And we're smooching and talking and smooching and eating. And it's just wonderful to have my husband with me.
Talking preaching?
No, we're just gonna smooch.
Oh, okay. I'll meet you back.
Thank you.
Hold on, there's not enough room.
Since Andre is acting like he's just this big kidder and he's joking around with everybody, once again, Jennifer and I had this mean little Andre streak going in our bodies. And I'm telling Jennifer, let's hide their stuff. Let's be ornery and put their stuff somewhere so nothing that they have is in their room. So Jennifer and I are hiding their sheets, their clothes, their shoes, their toothbrushes, their body soap, their washcloths, their toilet paper, their picture. There's nothing in the room that was down there before.
We didn't do anything.
No.
There he goes, going to stand up.
Do you want to get in a hot dog? No, thanks. I have a feeling something happened in your room. Something happened. I have a feeling. What did they do? I don't know. I wasn't there. What did y'all do to the room?
Why? Who said we did something?
Snake have a big mouth.
No, I didn't say nothing. Yeah, okay, you're the only one in the kitchen.
But what makes you think we did something to your room? I just asked.
You have the biggest mouth in the whole entire world. Tanae is such a goody two-shoes, and my goodness, is she gonna get some brownie points with Wanda? Now it's not even funny because it already got told.
No, I didn't go downstairs yet.
Well, still, it ain't funny anymore because you know.
I don't know.
Well, you know we did something because somebody told you, so it's not funny anymore.
I don't understand. I just thought I thought they went down to your room.
Well, yeah, why would you say that?
Because I felt like it. If I went downstairs and I saw something hilarious, I would have already assumed that it was you and you.
Tanae really pushes my buttons when she decides to be the tattletale of
Trails.
Marquise.
Splash Park. And
Hi, Boo Boo.
And the 4th annual 4th of July weekend
Hi,
celebration,
honey.
July 2nd through the 4th.
Do you have missing?
You say mama, mama, mama.
Hi, I'm Lily for Dental Village.
Mama, 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 mama.
Perfect solution for a growing number of people.
Oh, you're doing your sexy sit.
Or more than one. Dental implants have a proven track record of success. And
Mama, mama, mama.
lasting implants that will give you the confidence you need. Call Dental Village today for a complimentary
Mama,
dental
mama,
implant
mama,
evaluation. Dental
mama.
Village, because it's your
Oh.
smile.
Thinking about tile for your home? Then think outside the big box and get it from Tile for Less. Like our name says, we sell tile for less. Tile is our only business. Get advice from our experts whether you do it yourself or have it professionally installed. We buy direct from manufacturers
Hey, fat
around
man.
the world and have a huge
Marquise.
selection right here. We're not fancy.
You ready to go get Salem?
Tile store that's open 7 days a week. And right now you can save even more money during our
Say
holiday.
bye-bye.
Think outside the big box and think tile for less.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Next on Starting Over,
Ugh.
Lucy's hot seat. What are you afraid of?
What?
What you're gonna show me. You might as well just pack your bags and go back to Sullivan right now. Tawanda's husband opens up to Iyoma.
I feel angry and I feel controlled.
But what do you do?
I mean, how do you navigate that? Believe?
I find this very interesting. And Sanae's frustration starts to show.
It's not my problem. If somebody says something to you and you don't deal with it, that's your problem. Get over it.
Closed captioning provided by
A microfiber silver section
with exceptional quality for just $7.99.
place to ride a parachute. I didn't bring this. What do you mean? I'm going to use this.
Salem, what is he putting in his mouth? Oh.
Saving the good stuff for themselves and everybody else.
Be careful, honey. Salem, let him up.
It's a musical soap opera. Epic proportions.
Salem! Marquise, you're fine. He's tired.
They're like, you know what? Don't worry about it. You can have that car for an extra week. Would they do that, you think?
Marquise, are you tired? Is he getting you? Yeah. Is he?
Let me see the picture. Let me see the picture. Let me see the picture. Huh? Without me? I see you in there. What is he doing?
Well, what is he doing?
Playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to go back in his walker.
Look at him.
Huh.
Talk to him, make him laugh. Not so loud.
Oh!
Sam, stop.
Come on.
Missed it by 5 seconds.
Marquise Dupree.
Is FDA approved to shorten healing time.
What are you doing?
Proven to speed healing. Only Abreva is recommended most.
Hey, turn around.
Only Abreva proven to shorten
Turn around so
healing
mommy
time.
can see you.
I'm thinking of a number between 450 and 850. Do you know what it is?
Thank you. Hi.
720. When I apply for credit, that's the number lenders look at.
Can you say hi?
The better chance I have of saving a lot of money on a new car, a refi, insurance, or even credit cards. It's as simple as that. Tell you what else is simple. Staying on top of my credit score and my credit report at freecreditreport.com. I just log on to freecreditreport.com, and within seconds, I can see my credit score, and I check to make sure the information in my credit
Are you
report
coming
is
up?
accurate. So I get the credit I deserve. Do you know your credit score? Do you know what's in your credit report?
Come on.
You can find out right now at freecreditreport.com.
Yay, you did
It's
it!
easier to get. Log on to freecreditreport.com. Get the most out of your credit and get the most out of your life at freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
This is Eden.
We watch the stars.